Okay, today is the 8th of October 2010, and I'm just doing a quick update on the four majors this morning for in particular the sterling against US dollar next. Hi, it's Chris here from Serene Education. I'm just going to talk and give my point of view on the sterling against US dollar this morning. I'm just going to pick up the daily time frame, and you'll notice that after yesterday, just drawing a trend line on because we are in an uptrend. Okay, so you guys can see it. There we go. That's a daily time frame, guys. Notice we're on up, but as we've been heading towards 1600 mark, which was a previous resistance area, we saw the price, the pair rally yesterday afternoon. This is after negative figures that came out for unemployment yesterday, prior to the non-farm payroll employment figures that we've seen today, and subsequently up candle shot through, and then during the course of yesterday afternoon we saw that the actual price rally down again. This is probably because the unemployment figures were good for the US yesterday afternoon. We subsequently saw everybody selling the pound and buying the US in favor. Okay, but what we've seen over Asian market time is pretty much an open, and just this morning we've seen it starting to move to the downside. We call this an exhaustion candle. These ones over here. These tend to happen primarily at the end of trends or uptrends, around strong support and resistance. Now we could look at that as probably a sign, or one of many signs that are coming up, that as we reach the 1600 level mark, this could be a sign that we see consolidation or a pullback. Okay, we saw some over here earlier, but they're pretty much consolidation. So ideally what you want to do, chosen the wrong one here, if you're trading daily, then to cancel that sign, then obviously we need a bullish engulfing to cancel that. Okay, like that for example, this hammer type pattern where you're getting a lot more after a lot of indecision. This bullish engulfing bounce on the trend line, because now we're going to be testing the trend line again soon, and as we got higher and higher to 1600, you find these moves are becoming smaller and smaller, and you can see the moves are pretty much extended but sideways. Not a lot of up, definite bullish up movement that we've seen on the euro, for example, is a good example of that. We've seen it going up but sideways to a degree, very lopsided, and you'll notice that we've started to close down now. That tends to happen after these wicks. You can see here a lot of momentum to the downside after an indecision candle, and then we get a what we're looking for is a confirmation signal now. Now if we get a nice bearish engulfing that breaks the trend, then we could say to ourselves, well, this is definitely an evening star pattern. Well, it should be an evening star. We should have an up and then followed by that, but if you put these two together, it will give us an evening star. So you'd have bullish, bearish engulfing the past 4 days of the trading, and we could see downside movement. However, if we see news coming out this afternoon on the US and the employment figures, non-farm payroll figures are negative for the US, then we could see the euro rally again and actually retest the you could see the sterling rally again and test the 1600 mark. If the figures are negative, non-farm payroll figures are negative this afternoon, then we could see the UK gain strength, and we could see testing. If we see if they're positive, and non-farm payroll figures for the states are positive, we could see the sterling being sold and the US dollar being bought. So we could see an ultimate effect where we're seeing the price fall lower and retesting this, and ultimately a break below this would see us retest the 20 period moving average at 1575 and subsequently lower. So be aware of this exhaustion, but to cancel this exhaustion we need to see it break higher and close higher. Okay, so this could be a shooting star that we see at the end of trends, but let's have a look and see what happens today to confirm that. Okay, so make sure that if you're trading today, if you're trading non-farm payroll, be aware of what can happen. You can see here on an hourly we have the 200 period moving average moving up, and we could see a bounce to the upside, so be aware of it, guys. I'll be back with the sterling against euro against US dollar against the chief.